Oh no! Getting a double. I'm blind! I'm blind! I'm stuck! I'm blind!
Alex, you disappoint me.
I know! I'm sorry. That's what my mom says. Tells me.
My mom. God damn it.
They tell me every night.
How's it going, YouTube? So, recently I've been seeing a lot of videos about Ashen Wake, and they all look like this.
Your strength is an inspiration to us all, Titan. Your advantage grows. Stay strong. Double down.
Now, even though those videos were made about 5 months ago, a bunch of other creators started making videos on it very recently, and the YouTube algorithm has decided I'm gonna show a bunch of people all of these videos. So dear viewer, if you're one of those people that love to have fun in Crucible and like to try new things, 1, I recommend that you use Ashen Wake. 2, Ashen Wake is very, very ugly. So I asked my Discord server, and I looked around on the internet, mainly on the Destiny Fashion subreddit, and I did my best to look for the best Ashen Wake builds. Not like builds as in like, you know, stats and abilities and all that other stuff that other YouTubers take care of, but I mean fashion builds, of course. So, sit down, relax, don't forget to hit that like button in order to make the seal of approval very happy, and subscribe or I will break your freaking kneecaps. And while you're down there, go ahead and have a nice conversation with that notification bell. Tell it how you're doing. Maybe you can exchange some stories together. And if you ever want to help me with one of these videos in the future, don't forget to join my Discord server where I mainly get a lot of my builds from, or I ask you guys for help. And with that long intro out of the way, I want to welcome you guys to the first ever episode of Exotic Trends, where I, your host, Muffin Bandit, will stop you from looking like this guy, and instead looking like Super Scot 091 with his ceramic guardian. By the way, that's my name, and I thought that was very clever. So high five me. So, Super Scot, for your head you have on the Iron Fellowship helm, which you get from Iron Banner, of course. For your arms you have on the Ashen Wake, duh, because that's what the video is about. For your chest you have on the Iron Fellowship plate, again from Iron Banner. For the legs you have on the Devastation Complex, which is a random drop. For your class item you have on the Reverie Dawn Mark, which you get from the Last Wish raid. And for your shader, everything has Noble Constant Red, which you get from Bright Engrams. One of the things that I tell you guys whenever I start considering submissions is start with an exotic piece and have your armor kind of complement your exotic, and that will unify the whole entire design. And Super Scot did a beautiful job at this. After all, Ashen Wake looks its best whenever it's at its default state with the white base paint and then the red markings, so he went ahead and made the rest of his armor complement that very well, because the plate has like those red lines just like the design on the right and left shoulder does, and the Devastation Complex legs also has just like a hint of red. It's never too much, and it all just kind of gives me that same vibe that Ashen Wake gives you at default, which is it's like a ceramic Japanese Chinese type of pottery look to it. And here I'm gonna pop up a picture right here as an example of what I'm kind of talking about. And on top of that, the helmet, the chest plate, even the legs all kind of complement that roundish nature that Ashen Wake has, and I think that's why this all ties together so well. Anyway, Super Scot, you did such a great job, and you know what, go ahead and just take the seal of approval. You're the first Guardian to be shown today, and you know what, just straight off the bat, seal of approval for you. Alright, thank you very much for starting us off very strong, and now onto Turkey Noises and his Crimson Wake. So, for your head, you have on the Siegebreak Helm, which is a ornament from the Season 11 Season Pass. For your arms, you have on Ashen Wake. For your chest, you have on the Phoenix Strife Type 0 that you get from Crucible. For your legs, you have on the Star-Crossed Footsteps, which is a personal favorite of mine, and that you get from the Eververse store. For your class item, you have on the Star-Crossed Mark, again from the Eververse store. For your shader, everything has Pomegranate Gloss, which you get from the Season 7 Eververse store. It's really amazing to me how much a couple of armor changes and a different shader really makes an exotic look very different. On the last guy, everything looked very clean and neat, and it kind of gave you that perception of that they were a speedier, like, type of Titan. But on the one that Turkey Noises made, this one kind of seems more like tanky and more warlike. I feel like we should strap on a giant like Gatling gun onto you and then you just move very slowly while you're like constantly mowing down a bunch of like trash ads and I don't know, everything is dying around you, and even the silver like scruff marks that you see on your armor and everything looks a little bit like more worn out, like you are more of a weathered, seasoned soldier. And also, like I said, you are red, so it kind of embodies that fusion, explodey grenade, I'm gonna fly up above you and throw a bunch of meteors at you and kill you instantly type of vibe. Another reason I really like this is I also tried to make my own Ashen Wake look for this video. Obviously my Titan isn't in this video, so I failed, but I also tried to use the Siegebreak Helm, and it didn't look as good as yours did. You obviously made some different shader choices than I did, and the bottom half is very different than what I did. And yeah, I failed at it, and what that kind of tells you is, yeah, it's very hard to make a great look for Ashen Wake, and that was just another great one. Alright, up next we have our last entry of the day. We have Ryu026 with his Ashen Beetle. I hope you like the name, Bud. I know you told me to name it for you and you were expecting a lot, so I hope that satisfied you. For your head, you have on the Tourist Shade Helmet, which is from the Leviathan raid. For your arms, you have on the Ashen Wake. For your chest, you have on the Iron Fellowship Plate, which you get from Iron Banner. For your legs, you have on the Valkyrian Greaves Ornament, which is from the Season 10 Season Pass. For your class item, you have on the Moonfang X7 Mark, which is from the Prophecy Dungeon. For your shader, you have on Amethyst Veil, which you got from the Season 7 Eververse store. I can already hear my girlfriend screeching with excitement because it's another Beetle Titan, and she like... You know that Leviathan set that this helmet is from? She absolutely loves it. Like, she's made tons of looks with it. She constantly uses the shoulders, the head to make like these awkward creations. But this one, of course, looks really good. The giantness, that's not a word, but the giantness of Ashen Wake really helps tone down how big of a freaking helmet that thing is, because with any normal armor piece, and you can kind of tell if you kind of use your hands to cover up Ashen Wake, how freaking huge that chest plate is and how funny it usually looks with small armor pieces like that Iron Fellowship plate. And that's why I was very impressed by it, because I don't know if you did it intentionally, but it looks really good. And even adding on the Valkyrian Greaves, which are pretty big and baggy and bulky themselves, it just all balances out, and I'm a big fan. And now that I'm actually kind of looking more into this, the Valkyrian Greaves have like a weird plating above the knee that kind of resembles a beetle, so that really goes with it as well. And the Iron Fellowship plate, as you saw with the first entry, is obviously the go-to pairing for Ashen Wake. So if you guys are trying to make your own looks, first of all, tag me on Instagram using my hashtag. I'll pop it up right here. I would really recommend that you at least try out the Iron Fellowship plate, because like I said, that pattern just really complements the same pattern that Ashen Wake has. Alright, that's going to be it for Exotic Trends Episode 1. I want this type of video to be Quick and short. I know 10 minutes or whatever this ends up being isn't really that quick, but I do get a lot of comments about how my videos are kind of long, and they're supposed to be. I really want to give every single Guardian their chance at the spotlight, especially if they're doing such a great job at making their Guardian look amazing. So we're going to keep this show short and sweet and to the point, and it's always going to be on exotics that are trending at the time, whether that be because they are the new meta or because they are a new exotic that everybody's using. And it'll also help boost the channel and make it more searchable. That's not a word either, but like I said, we're trying to grow the channel even more, and this is the direction that I want to take in order for that YouTube algorithm to find us more and to lift our channel up whenever everybody else's channel gets lifted up, like whenever an exotic trends like Ashen Wake. So, next episode is hopefully going to be one of the bigger fashion showcases, so if you want a chance to enter your Guardian in to do that, make sure you join my Discord server. The link is down below, and my video submissions tab on my Discord is open to you to submit anything that you want as long as it looks freaking fantastic. And as always, why don't you hit that like button to make that seal of approval very happy, hit that subscribe button, or you know the drill, I'm going to break some knees. Show that notification bell a lot of love because you know it needs it. And before I go, just so you guys know, what was it, 2 days ago now, as of recording this video, we became the new top Destiny fashion Instagram page. And I know that's very specific, but ever since I created my Instagram page, I had that dream where like we had to be #1. And guess what, guys? We hit 10K followers and we are now the new #1 page. So, Editor Muffin, please add in some confetti here, some party hats, and a good old-fashioned celebratory yay sound effect. And as always, Guardians, stay beautiful.